Hey everyone, Liz Holterhouse, OBX for Sale Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams, back today to continue the newest episode, episode 7 of Building Wealth Through Homeownership. This series is basically for anyone who's not bought a house or has only bought one house and is trying to learn, but especially for that first time home buyer. So let's dive right in. We're going to talk today about what happens after your offer is accepted. So, you wrote the offer, you won the home, and now the hard work is really begins. And there are some key steps to take before you become an official homeowner. So during this time, as soon as we go under contract, this time period is known as due diligence. Getting your offer accepted is a huge milestone, but the process really is just beginning. So let's go over the five key steps that you need to complete before you get the keys to the new home. Step 1 is your earnest money deposit. The first thing you'll do is submit your earnest money deposit, which we call the EMD. This is typically 1 to 3% of the purchase price, and it shows the seller that you're serious about moving forward. This deposit is held in escrow until closing, and it is protected under the rules and laws of our due diligence period, meaning if you cancel during due diligence, your earnest money deposit is usually refundable. It goes towards your down payment and your closing costs. So your earnest money, you'll see it as a line item credit on your closing disclosure at closing. And if you back out for a valid reason, this money is not lost. Step 2, schedule a home inspection. Next is the home inspection. Even if the home looks perfect, an inspection helps uncover any hidden issues. And let me just stop right here. I've got a new construction under contract. It's been on the market for a while. It was on the market all during new construction. So it's about a year old, I guess. And we did a home inspection. Nothing really came up, mostly the things that we saw, but what did come up is the siding, which is a high-end PVC siding, was not installed quite properly, and there's large gaps at the joints, and we are missing joint flashing and joint clips. So we were able to go back to the seller and ask that this situation be rectified, which they are doing. And this is important because this is a high-end siding. It's a PVC vinyl product, and it comes with a very long warranty. So we want to make sure this is right before we go to the closing table with our buyer. So during due diligence, the home inspection is the first thing that we order, but the due diligence period is the inspection period and your loan approval period. So you're going to order every inspection that you want, any and all inspections. Your general home inspection is going to cover the structure, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, all the things. Depending on what is shown on the home inspection may prompt us to order yet another inspection. So let's say the home inspector had some issues with the HVAC and he wasn't sure if it was working properly. He would then refer us to an HVAC contractor, and we could contact an HVAC contractor of our choice and have them go in and do a full analysis on your system. Next is the termite or pest inspection. Termites are a big issue in eastern North Carolina. You do need a pest inspection. We're typically termites is what we find, but we have old house borers and wood bees, and then occasional squirrels and roof rats and things like that are found in homes as well. Most of our homes are on a private septic, and it's important to have a private septic inspection. They actually will open the septic tank, look down the drain field, make sure there's no roots in the septic tank, make sure it doesn't need to be pumped. They will also let you know if it's operating properly, meaning is it draining? So that's very important. Well inspection, if it's applicable. Most of our properties now have municipal water, but not all. I just sold a property to my own son, for instance, and it had a well, and we just had a Kelligan go out, get a water sample, and send it away. And they test for nitrates and coliform and bacteria and things like that. So that can be important if it is on a private well. Sometimes, and more than not, if it's a FHA loan or a VA, sometimes USDA direct definitely all require a well inspection. We talked about HVAC inspections. Most of our home inspectors will walk the roof. Some of our roofs are quite large, quite steep, and quite complicated. And most of the good home inspectors will further inspect the roof with drones. If they find anything missing or anything awry, we can actually have a roofing contractor go up, walk your roof, do a roofing inspection, and perhaps they'll come back with just like a maintenance schedule because your roof has to be maintained as well. So we've wrapped up our inspections. Our inspections could be other things. It could be if the house has a pool, if it has a hot tub, if it has geothermal heat, which is not common, but it's not unheard of around here. If it has an elevator, the house I have under contract in Currituck has an elevator. So we contacted the company that installed it and got a copy of the elevator inspection that was just done, things like that. So we can independently inspect any system in the house. We have the right to do any and all inspections. So what we're going to do after all the inspections, especially the home inspection, we're going to get the report sent to us. The reports are quite large. They repeat a lot. So there's a summary section, there's a major issue section, and then each section has over the course of the next 48 to 70, 80 pages, has pictures of the house. The home inspection is then going to become your roadmap to what needs to be done going forward in your home. You're not going to get a seller to fix every little tiny thing on a house, especially a used house, a house that is not new. There's always going to be something, but it's going to let you see where the main issues are. Major issues you might want to try to negotiate to see if you can get a credit or have the seller fix those issues. But then also it's going to give you a roadmap for what you may have to do in the future, how old your roof is, the condition of your roof. It's probably going to last 5 to 7 years. So then you know you've got to start planning for a new roof at some time in the future. It also tells you things about your home that you would not normally know, where the major cutoffs are, water, HVAC, that type of stuff. So you really want to take this document, keep it handy, but you also want to read this document. You'll learn a lot about your house. Also going on during this time under due diligence is our appraisal and final loan approval. So you will apply for the loan. Your bank will process the loan. Once they have everything from you, and the appraisal has come in, they will order an independent appraisal. The appraiser will go to the house, visit the home, complete their report on opinion of price, and send it to the lender. Once the lender gets all of these documents, they will then send it to the underwriter for final approval. The lender will not lend more than the appraised value. If the home appraises lower than the agreed on price, this too can be a renegotiation. It could be a credit, it could be a lowering of price, or you may choose, depending on the market, the house, whether or not you absolutely have to have this house. It's your dream home. You may pay a little bit extra for the home. In that situation, you would have to come up with a little bit more money for your down payment. But we don't see a lot of appraisal issues, but if we do, we'll work through them just like everything else. A solid appraisal keeps your financing on track. At the same time, your lender's going to be working on that final loan approval. And during this time period, listen to me, guys. This is so important. Once you've applied for the loan and you have pre-qualification, you cannot, understand me, you cannot make large purchases. You have to stay current on all of your payments, and you've got to keep your finances steady to ensure a smooth closing. Your credit will be checked again at closing. So let's say you want new appliances for the house and they're on sale at Black Friday at Lowe's or Home Depot, and you can get them on a credit card, 24 months, zero financing. That's a great deal, absolutely, but you cannot open a new credit card during this process. You will be stuck with those appliances and your loan approval will be revoked. It can happen. It happens. I've seen some buyers do some crazy stuff. No making of large purchases. All money that has to do with the house has to be traceable, so you can't make large deposits in accounts without knowing where they're coming from, that type of thing. You want to stay current on all payments. If you have a missed credit card payment on your credit report, you can't have any for 12 months to get loan approval. So you're going to need to keep those payments on time. Just keep your finances in check. Do not do anything different. During this time of due diligence, we've also sent everything off to the attorney, and they are searching the title and they're preparing to order title insurance for your lender and for yourself. The title company will verify the home's legal history to ensure that there are no outstanding claims or liens on the property. During due diligence, especially in this coastal area, one of the first things we do is we get you 2 to 3 insurance quotes. This includes wind, hail, homeowners, flood. You need to know what you're up against in insurance, and we want to make sure that your rates are coming in where we've expected them to be, where we've educated you that they're going to be. Because if you're in a flood zone and you're below flood elevation, and your flood insurance is going to be $3,000 a year, you need to know that. It probably would have made a difference of whether or not you bought this house, and we want to protect you during due diligence. It also, a large insurance bill that we're not anticipating could also make you not qualified for the home, and we want to make sure we discover all of that during due diligence where we can protect you the best. Once we have our homeowner's insurance and any other required insurances down, we're going to go ahead and commit to the carrier that we want to use. They're going to send a copy of the policy and the bill to the attorney, and then we're going to get what's known as a clear to close. And the clear to close comes, I don't know, it can come 3 to 5 to 10 days before closing. And this is when we really start to get serious on all the little details that you need to do in order to take ownership. So we're going to make sure all agreed upon repairs are completed. We're going to make sure all your invoices that need to be paid either on your behalf or by you are sent to the attorney for the preparation of the closing disclosure. We're going to make sure the home is in expected condition. We're going to do final walkthroughs. We're going to show you or tell you how to transfer your utilities and set up the utilities that you want. We're also going to get as much information on the house as possible. Past vendors that have worked on the house, we are going to save every piece of information that we're able to obtain on your home, like septic permits and building permits, things like that. We save all of that in your digital file, which you will receive a complete copy at closing or just after closing, a few days after closing. So on closing day, you may choose to come to closing or you may need to close by mail, and that is okay. Either way, we're going to go into the attorney's office. We're going to sign your documents, or a mobile attorney is going to come to you, or a mobile not a mobile attorney, but a mobile notary is going to come to you. You're going to sign your documents. They'll notarize them, package them up for you, and send them back to the attorney for closing. Once the loan is funded and the deed is recorded, you are officially a homeowner. Congratulations. Nothing is done in North Carolina until the deed is actually recording. Signing does not constitute ownership. The actual recording of the deed and the lien behind it is what constitutes you becoming an official homeowner. So there you have it. Those are the essential steps to take that takes place after your offer has been accepted. There's so many more little details behind the scene checklists that we follow, that we do on your behalf, and you'll get notification of those items being done. And I tell you, once you go under contract, buckle up, because Eileen is fierce in her transaction coordinating, and the emails will come fast and furious. Most of those emails are just to keep you in the loop and let you know what's being done on your behalf. Some will require action from you. Just don't get overwhelmed. Take them one at a time, because we do move fast through that process, to ensure that you have all the information, all the inspections, everything is done in a timely manner to protect you during that due diligence period. It's going to feel like a lot, but we'll be with you every step of the way to make that process as smooth and stress-free as possible. Before we go, I want to tell you a story. Last week, I closed on a house in Jarvisburg. It was a pretty stressful closing. It was for my son. And I'm not going to give you all the details about why we got to where we were, but we got to a point where FHA just wasn't going to work for him. He was missing it by a gnat's breath. And with the interest rates being so high, and they've come down almost a point since then, his payment was going to be quite high, like $2,000 a month, which is close to what my mortgage payment is. You know, it's just crazy for a first-time home buyer. I was able to take his loan, copy everything, and shift it to USDA Direct. Not many people in this market know and understand and can walk a buyer through a USDA Direct loan. It's not the same as a USDA loan that you get from a loan officer. USDA Direct, you have to go directly to Department of HUD through Rural Development and apply for the loan. I can walk you through all of that process if you're ready to take the step and purchase your first home. Let me tell you some short details. He purchased a home that was $299,000. USDA Direct is helps in a lot of ways for people to become homeowners. It's number one, 100% financing. Number two, the loan was locked at 4.5% for 33 years. Number three, the loan is subsidized based on your repayment ability, starting at 1%. So a $299,000 house at 4.5% worked out to be about $1,750 a month with taxes and insurance. Not bad. He could do that. It's a stretch, and this is his first home, so he chose to take the subsidy, 1% subsidy, and his payments a little over, I think, $1,000 a month, or $1,054 or $1,154. His goal is to get off that subsidy as quick as possible. Year 2, we hope to get off that subsidy and move him to a full payment, because some of the subsidy, if you sell quicker rather than later, has to be paid back. The longer you own the home, the less you pay back. But what a great way as a new homeowner to get into a home, stop paying rent, stop the increases, and have a place to call your own. It's first-time home buyers are my heart. They always have been. For almost 30 years in this industry, I sell all price ranges, lots, land, some commercial, but the first-time home buyer is the one that just does my heart good. So if you're struggling, trying to figure out how to buy a home, if you would like to have a one-on-one session with me, just reach out to me. If you would like to come to a home ownership class, send me a text, 252-202-2156, and say yes to First Time Homebuyers class, and we'll get one scheduled somewhere and get everyone together to come to that seminar. Would absolutely love to have 3, 4, 5 more success stories like that this year with young first-time homebuyers. My son is 24 years old. So I'll just leave you with that. I would love to make that happen for you as well. In our next episode, we'll break down closing costs and fees so you'll know exactly what to expect when signing those final papers. You won't want to miss it. If this video was helpful, give it thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, share it with everyone that you know, and come back so you don't miss the next update. And if you have any questions or need guidance through the home buying process, please just reach out, call, text, email, pigeon, send me a message somehow, and I'll get started in helping you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. This is Liz Holterhouse, OBX for Sale Real Estate Group, powered by Keller Williams, signing off.